Kita kolenjini tagan sing nebo boroinda gani tunda tutiet nebo Ikweny Emet neitunda tenge tesiet nebo Kass TV kila kwaeng kasi wat kay bro yiran kemiten agane Victor Korir en kebeberta nebo studio po Kass TV ran kemiten inje kebage chengata ran manale nakikinin Victor ran ako tumangen studio kita kebeberta nebo Clare en Nairobi kemiten kebeberta nena sin nebo somanet nebo musongnotetab kasari noto ko sukulit noto nebo Moringa. Kototo bikas Moringa ko kisoman Bible. Ko Moringa ko ketit nebo sobon. Ako noto ko ngalek chebo musongnotet ko chetinyegei ak bandab tai nebo emet. Ole tokyingei emet en inguni ko nenat mising ko digitization, digital economy, digital transformation. Noto ko tuguk chetesentai serikali en nguni koborostoi mising ak kondo rabinik chechang en sekta noto nebo musongnotetab kasari. Ako mamache en kasarta nenwach amache ketau ngalalet nebo nusutab rani komang'alali mising akobo sukulit anan musongnotet kobaten chenge sukulit noto nebo Moringa asikenai kele tos tokyingei ne en kebeberta nebo musongnotet. Ako kitindoi boroindo netai keng'alal ak agenge en ofisek choto cheboisien sukulit nebo Moringa School. Ako kimiten en ireu ak Clare, kitagat mising Clare en tetutiet nebo Ikweny Emet. Maybe just introduce yourself. Very clear, but maybe just a little.
Chamge Diga College, I now Clare Korir, and I am Director of Product. A lot of the work that we do at Moringa is very much what you're spoken about, ensuring that we are alive to the technological transformation that this country is actually seeing. So Moringa was founded about 10 years ago, and we are lucky and really excited that we are in our 10th year of operation, starting out as a very small technology education institution to meet the needs, the desperate need at the time for tech talent. And we have since grown in leaps and bounds. I think our team members here will talk about how we started off with only about 4 students. But now we are actually on course to have about 5,000 students each year. Some of the courses that we have are all very much market aligned and aligned to some of the challenges that the tech industry is currently facing. So as we design our courses, we design them to meet the industry. So I'll talk just a little bit about the core courses that we offer. And then I think I'll give it back to you for some of the additional questions. We have about 10 sets of courses that fall in 2 or 3 categories. So we have software engineering, data science, which are our core courses, and they are longer, 23 to 33 around the weeks of learning. Then we have some of our shorter and new courses, including product design, which is REST-Y, DevOps engineering. We have data visualization with Python, data analytics with Excel and Power BI, all courses that we introduce to really meet some of the demand for data courses, as well as cybersecurity courses. So an intro cybersecurity class, a more intermediate course called Cybersecurity Security Plus, which gives you a certification with CompTIA, as well as cybersecurity analyst.
You've mentioned the courses that you have, but how do you kind of model your curriculum or align your curriculum to what the prevailing landscape in Kenya right now? Like the government is really pushing the digital agenda, all this doing the neighborhood or village or mashinani, IT hubs, the laboratories, the IT hubs in TVETs and all that. How do you kind of align yourself to what the government is doing to ensure that what you're pushing, what you're teaching to your people, to your students, is something that they can quickly transfer to the work environment as they seek employment? How do you align your curriculum in that?
So I think the way we think about our curriculum design, and a lot of our courses, we call them products. we think about it from the needs of the industry. So while we partner with government, and we have partnered with government on different programs, what we do is actually make sure that we think about who the employers are. We talk to the employers, who are actually our end of the road customers, if you could call them that. And they let us know these are some of the challenges that we are finding in terms of talent, right? Because at the end of the day, what is important here is to meet the needs in the industry and also meet the demand that comes from our customers, which is everybody's looking for a job, right? And our employers are looking for people to fill those roles that can otherwise be very expensive outside of the Kenyan market. So that is where we start. We start by talking back to our industry partners who through very extensive consultation, we're able to prioritize. These are some of the skills that are lacking, and we think we can be able to actually meet this demand by sourcing for students and for learners there. So that's how we think about it. And then on the other side, which is our curriculum, is that we try and make sure that because of how rapidly changing the technology space is, we partner with really high, really up-to-date curriculum content providers. So one of our big content providers, say for our software development, our product design, our cybersecurity, and our data science courses is Flutter, right? These are industry experts in curriculum design for tech education. And so we've been in partnership for over 2 years now. We used to initially design our content in-house, but because this is a landscape that is rapidly changing and aligning ourselves with an American-based curriculum content provider, really solve that challenge of making sure that we're able to be very alive and on pulse, right, with all the changes in the industry. So that's how we think about it in a nutshell. There's a lot more nitty-gritties, especially around delivery, which my colleague Katana will talk about, ensuring that we're not just fully giving you, and this because there's access sort of to, some of these courses through, say, the massive online learning platforms, but for us, ensuring that we have qualified and highly qualified instructors who we call mentors, technical mentors, who can actually walk the journey with the students, who have, we're giving you access to this intense coursework, right? But having somebody who is mentoring you through the process, instructing and mentoring you through the process, is also really important and what makes Moringa.
Just looking back a few years ago, let me say a decade ago, maybe, there was this craze about whenever you clear your KCSE, as you wait for probably college and engagements, you would find people going to do computer courses. That was the in thing then, because it prepared people just for basic access to the internet, using the lab process as such. But now there's this revolution that's coming up, which clearly you are trying to jump into and really make it more accessible to people. But still in Kenya there's a divide, gap when it comes to access to technology. Where you see most probably schools like Moringa are mainly centered in the major cities, say Nairobi, for example. But we find that there is a huge market segment of people who could probably benefit from learning technical courses that you offer. How do you plan to kind of bridge that gap? Because one, it's the access in terms of the location. Secondly, probably is in terms of financial aspect, where probably people will find it difficult to afford more high-tech courses, unlike packages, maybe 3,000 shillings a band. When you get the most basic of packages that you offer, how do you plan to kind of reach out to other people so that you can pull larger segment of probably youth into this digital environment?
And I think what you're speaking to is the reason why Moringa exists. We exist so that we can make sure that the youth who I think are really hungry for a change, not just for their own lives, but in the way that we think about education, and in this case, tech education, they're really there looking for that change, and that's where Moringa exists. I think one of the biggest successes of Moringa has been this hybrid learning environment, which we have done really well in Nairobi, right? As I've said, there's opportunities to learn online on your own, right? And now more than ever. And what we are seeing is not just a growth for that need for remote learning which we offer, but that in-person hybrid learning session, right? That you have with a technical mentor in person, and then you have the ability to blend that with your own remote learning. So in Nairobi, it has really worked, and we've seen how people really enjoy working and using our space. And that's why we really want to bring that. It's very difficult to actually bring everybody to Nairobi, right? So we want to see how we can meet the demand of that exists in the rest of the country. And we've explored different types. We've explored Mombasa, Kuru, and us settling on Eldoret has really been because of that demand. That we spent a lot of time doing a bit of research and seeing that really Eldoret would be a good ground to start this growth and expansion into the rest of the country. It's a great thing, and I think the introduction of packages and Excel, Microsoft etc. That was a good start and has been a good start over the few decades. Now people students in primary school, secondary school have access to that. So we are moving them into a more elevated, more intensive tech learning. And so that's what we really hope to do. And Eldoret is just really a great start. And we're really hoping that can move to other cities in other major towns. I hope I've answered it.
You mentioned Eldoret, and it's good that you're going near to the people. And I'm pretty sure one of the marketing strategies that you use is the benefits, tangible benefits that your graduates can expect to derive from Moringa courses. And maybe you could just elaborate on when you go out there and tell someone come to Moringa. Probably you tell them that we'll give you a really good education, prepare you for the job market. We have very many success stories. Maybe someone will want to know, like, when I graduate from Moringa, how likely am I to, within a very short span of time, get employment in terms of placement opportunities for your graduates? How do you work with potential employers in Kenya or even outside Kenya to ensure that people who pass through the Moringa system, they have something to show for it at the end?
So, good question, and something that as Moringa, we have thought about and worked with and grappled with over the last 10 years. So we don't ask that question at graduation. We actually ask that question at admission. The moment you join Moringa, there's an entire team that is composed of people who deal with employer relations, outcomes, and so employer relations, professional development, outcomes, and alumni relations. That's an entire dedicated team. They work with the students from the joining up onboarding. You meet the team. They work with you to develop your professional development skills, such as collaboration, working with others, your professional identity online, making sure that you actually have projects at the end of your lifetime at Moringa so that you can be able to show employers what you can be able to deliver. Work on your soft skills like problem solving, communicating, so that we are preparing you for the job market. At the same time, you are working with teams of coaches who are helping you to present yourself to an employer. So first of all, they think about you as as a potential employee and where you fit in. So sometimes you come in and you think, I want to go into software engineering and be an engineer. Perhaps you're better as a Scrum Master, right? So how do we think about you in the lifetime, in the life cycle of what it means to be in a tech, um, uh, as a tech employee, if I have to say that, and they work with through your projects, through to your interviews, through to making sure that you're getting into an internship, and if you're lucky, into actual employment. And we've had some relatively good success with that. And we're hoping that, even with expanding into Eldora, it actually gives us the opportunity to work with potentially new employers. I know we have very big hospitals, a very big hospital there. We have a thriving and vibrant county government there. We do have banks and other institutions that perhaps are facing the same challenges that industry is facing in Nairobi in terms of like tech talent. So we are very alive to some of these concerns, both from our employer partners, but also from our potential students.
And Eldoret is one of those places where there has been a lot going.
Yes.
Scandal after scandal after scandal, and people have lost billions of money.
Yeah.
Probably at the time you're entering the Eldoret market right now, you find people who are so skeptical about anyone who comes and says, "Hi, I'm here. I want to offer you this, and in exchange, I give you this."
Yeah.
They are really careful right now about how they spend their money.
Correct.
People have been told that you are going to take your kids to Finland, Canada, to Dubai, to everywhere.
Yeah.
But now, here comes Moringa, and Moringa says, "No, I'm not taking your kids anywhere, but I want to give them an education." This is something that you will have to learn in Kenya, and you will have the opportunity to work for overseas companies. But like, you don't have to go overseas, which you can work for a company in the US. Now, the perception that you might find on the ground is that people are not really willing unless you really have something to show for it.
Correct.
Are you probably going to partner with the relevant authorities within that region to kind of rubber stamp your agenda, that you're going to empower people. People are going to give you money, but what they're gaining in return is something that they can use for the rest of their lives. How is your collaboration? Have you reached out to the authority, how the authorities about issue in that region? Get them on board so that you can probably reach a greater number of people who will be more willing to listen to your message, as opposed to if you just go there.
I think skepticism can be very healthy, especially when you've been burnt before. For me, and this is me now speaking personally as somebody who was born and raised in Eldoret, is that the investment that parents are putting in whatever opportunities they saw for their children to live and go abroad and study, for me, what it shows is a love of learning and a love for investing in learning opportunities for their children. It really is, for me, a positive. There's a positive even within that, that dark cloud. And I think it's really unfortunate that people, lost money there. As a caveat to all this, I went to school in the US, right? I was lucky enough that I had parents and I had a community that saw it was something that would bring a benefit to my community, to send me out and learn and come back. And I think one of the things that I learned beyond getting a degree in the US and all that is that I knew that my benefit was actually going to be back in Kenya, not in living, even though it would have been really great to earn some dollars for economy. I think I know that my purpose is in terms of being and growing with Kenya. That being said, we cannot say that we're doing this alone, right? I think the reaching out to you because Kass is a voice of the community or a voice to the community, is part of that stakeholder engagement. We are in conversation with people in the county, we are in conversation with parents, we are meeting potential students. We cannot come into a community that feels a bit loose, especially when it comes to investing in education, and expect that there's going to be immediate trust. What we know is that we are genuine, and our track record speaks for itself, at least from our alumni, from people who work with us. And for me, as a member of the community, I think I am, I have some skin in the game, right? And that's why for me, coming and speaking about what we do as Moringa and offer and what we are able to actually demonstrate is something that we've been able to do in the past is really important.
And maybe just before I let you go, I mean, how convinced that we as a country, based on what the government is doing, I'm sure you are very interested in any legal development within the hotel space as regards to policies that the government is putting out and implementing. Are you convinced that we are going to get where the government says we are going to go in terms of the digital on the super highway and all these things?
Let me speak about my conviction. My conviction is that the African continent, and for me as a Kenyan, Kenya is going places, and we are part of the transformation that is going to make this world a better place. That for me is what drives me. I am convicted about the positive change that we're going to contribute, not just to this country, not just to the African continent, but to the development of the world. For me, I believe tech is part of it, and I feel like a lot of people are working very closely and have that same purpose. And so I am convicted fully. I hope the government officials are convicted. I hope industry is convicted, but I am convicted. And I think Moringa exists because of that conviction. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Clare, for sharing insights about what you do at Moringa, what you think about the digital transformation you're experiencing, or we hope to experience in greater form in the coming days. And we hope that as you go into Eldoret and try to take this gospel of technology and tech space transformation to Eldoret, you'll be able to help us in opening up, the digital highway towards that area. This is one of our cornerstones in terms of listenership and viewership as Kass Media Group. So thank you very much for your time, and we hope to hear good things, in the coming days when you officially or when you really fully get into it in Eldoret. So thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So the college now about Clare, Korir, that go director of products. Kama shughuli na Moringa ngala kwa tuti tindo icheke kwa shughuli na msana leta kasari. Awago mago legago tachile nguna tawo nitneo nele matata nitneo Eldoret. Kumacho icheke tandugo yot nata ne bamusa na teta kasari aba mago nitnye ga mago nitneo missing. Kule tifuti keto testa yo Eldoret ganita meta Kenya. Tukakimbia ikana toka ishita musa unateta kasari meta Kenya uwe ndigo iko bora tetne umeto chitimita tai asima meta Kenya email mita let tenga sarta netindo ndana ni chechang misi kipendo ga bet ngo netke abo musa unatet abo nyoro isioni wali ngwa kwa denota meta Kenya na to president wa muta abo ba ngale chetesta ndo masta ne bota tengele abo ba ngale chego chila to kwa $dollars donoto kemecha getesta so tutti tiene di questo brano sicuro da per Moringa apri alla che magari nemmeno lo vanno a tavesta non sono andate nelle metà Kenya chi vedi che Moringa sta nella città quale in giro lo ito che si è che libertà ne poi che mi tengo again che corre offset che poi sia subito da Moringa si è nelle tostnet tutti che mi tengo ora da sentare check con nota mi lo ito e lei corretta corretta.
This September, endelea kufurahia na Star Times. Discover your love language on our amazing channels all month long to enjoy intriguing telenovelas from all over the world daily. Renew your subscription today and endelea kufurahia na Star Times. Watch Filipino melodrama The Fake Life.
Serious. We really need to focus on this mission.
Get charmed with our Indian drama Soulmates. Get lost in legendary love in Chinese fantasy The Legend of Shen Li, and Turkish drama Lost in Love. You can also catch fresh episodes of Stepmom on Rebo TV Plus every day at 8 p.m. Renew your subscription today and endelea kufurahia na Star Times. Buy the DTT decoder for only 1,199 shillings and top up 500 shillings to enjoy unlimited entertainment on the classic bouquet. You can also link your decoder to the Star Times On app to enjoy unlimited entertainment on the go, anytime, anywhere. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Hey, Mama Bless. Yaani unachemsha maji na gas ya kuoga?
Maji gani unachemsha? Bable, si nilikwambia nyumba haina shopping. Gas imeisha. Tokens zinapiga makelele kama success card. Na hakuna kitu yote umefanya. Hivi ndio tutaendelea kuishi?
Kila mtu ananiambiana Donald, lakini mambo itakuwa tu fiti twaisort. Unaweza kuona sawa hapo unitumie?
Sikia sasa. Na vile mambo imechemka kwa hii nyumba, mimi nikutolea wapi na sina? Mimi umenichokesha kwa hii nyumba. Na shinanga tu hivyo kila siku toa. Ndio nimekutumia 100 hapo kwa simu yako ujisaidie nayo.
Asante. Yeah, you wanna dance with me? Terere. You wanna dance?
Nini?
Terere. Nimedaka mamili.
Sasa daka mamili ni nini?
Ukicheza daka mamili unashinda 5,000 times ya pesa yako in 20 minutes. Na imagine unacheza na as low as 20, 30, 50. Ukicheza na 2,000 utapata hadi 10 million Kenya shillings.
Nenda kwenye paybill 440440 account
Kass.
amount cheza na shilingi 20 hadi shilingi 2,000 na ushinde mamilioni. Dakamita kuwa bingwa.
Fine Touch Africa Limited inakuletea pipes za irrigation na pipes za kusambaza maji zijulikanazo kama Fine Drop HDPE pipes. Fine Touch inatengeneza pipe hizi kwa ubora wa hali ya juu na kuuza kwa bei nafuu. Fine Touch Africa pia wanahusika na pipes za drip irrigation, rain hose, sprinklers na vilevile pampu za maji. Vifaa vingine vya irrigation kutoka Fine Touch ni kama vile greenhouses, agricultural nets, dam liners, solar pumps, rain guns, planting trays, miongoni mwa vifaa vingine vya kilimo. Kwenye mji wa Nakuru tunapatikana Industrial Area nyuma ya Gido Plaza. Eldoret tunapatikana Nakuru Road baada ya daraja la Sosiani. Pia tuko Kitale, Kapsabet, Iten, Bomet, Bungoma, Nyahururu na sehemu zingine nchini. Nairobi tunapatikana eneo la Embakasi, Saku Business Park. Ili kufahamu mengi kuhusu bidhaa za Fine Touch Africa, tembelea duka la Fine Touch Africa lililo karibu nawe au utupigie simu kwa nambari 0724 615 066 au 0700 169 962. Kwenye tovuti unatupata kwenye www.finetouch.co.ke. At Fine Touch, we make it green.
Beba chapa sasa na tatua tatu. Cheza na mbao tu, ushinde chapa bonus ya hadi ₦500,000. Isitoshe, kila unapocheza unajiongezea nafasi ya kubeba brand new tuk-tuk, pikipiki, car wash machine, posho mill machine na bidhaa zinginezo. Usitupe mbao. Nenda kwa M-Pesa, weka paybill number 150 chagua nambari zako tatu za bahati kati ya 0 na 9 ukifuatanisha na neno Kass. Kama account name, cheza na kati ya shilingi 10 hadi shilingi 1,000 na ubebe chapa au bidhaa na tatua tatu.
Over 18s